So I'm really excited to share what the Beachbody coaching opportunity has done for me and most of all, what it's done for my family. So a little background with my story. I began coaching in June of 2014. I was looking for something with health and fitness. I was a registered dental hygienist for about 7 years at that point, and I had really kind of lost my fire for my job. I was getting very bored and just bogged down, being 7 years into doing the exact same thing. And I think anybody in healthcare can kind of relate to that day in and day out, really any profession. So I came to the point where I was like, you know what? I want to do something fun. And when I considered doing something fun, I looked to fitness. And so I thought about fitness instructing. And I realized that I didn't want to be on somebody else's clock. I already had a full-time job. I already had a 2-year-old that kept me very busy. I was already doing my own fitness and nutrition. And I just didn't want to take away being on somebody else's clock. Same thing with personal training. Personal training, I think most people think, oh, well, I'll train clients and I'll do it on my time. But that's not true, guys. Like, your clients want to see you after work or on the weekends. And this is something I learned as I began talking to people who were in the fitness industry. And I also learned that you didn't get paid very much. So I thought, if I'm going to be taking away time from my family, I wanted to also financially benefit my family. And then I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I love nutrition. Like, I was at the point of learning a lot about it, and I really wanted to consider like doing something with nutrition. So I thought, well, maybe I'll go back to school and I'll become a nutritionist, and I can help people and create meal plans, and that seems like that would be kind of fun. But again, I already had a bachelor's in science degree. I was kind of at the point where I was just done with school and wasn't really wanting to go back, especially with where I was at with my family. So I really kind of marked that one off the list of things that I was thinking about doing in fitness. And it wasn't until I came across one of my friends, she also was a registered dental hygienist, her husband a pediatric dentist, and I sat and watched both of them. We had worked for the same dental company together, so we were friends on social media, on Facebook, and I was seeing her post a lot about doing workouts and doing fitness groups and going on these trips, and just the community that she was surrounding herself. It seemed like it was so uplifting when she would post about these trips. And then on top of it, she was paying off debts. And to me, I was like, gosh, that sounds so cool. And when I did learn a little bit more about it, I realized it was something that you did on your own time, and it was mainly done online. So I thought, how neat would that be if I could do something with health and fitness, and it would be online, where I don't have to do that meet face-to-face with people if I didn't want to, because of course I don't want to confuse anybody. Coaching can definitely be a lot of face-to-face. It just depends on how you want to do your business. And for me, as a mom and working a full-time job and already having a lot of face-to-face with my patients, I just really wanted to do something that I could do online and do on my time. So that's what really interested me into coaching. So I'm so glad, I did reach out to her, and I did decide to start my coaching journey in June 2014. Okay, so I started it, and I started my first fitness program, and I started Shakeology, and I was somebody who was already working out a lot and didn't really wasn't looking for a transformation. But I thought, you know what, if I'm going to offer these programs, the Shakeology, the nutritional package with the portion control, I need to experience this myself. So when I signed up to be a coach, I actually joined my first challenge group too, and I treated myself as a challenger. I posted every day. I did my workouts every day. I drank my Shakeology. I ate my portions, and within 21 days, I got results I never knew I could have. And I think the biggest factor for me was incorporating the nutritional aspect of it. I upped my nutrition with Shakeology. I incorporated the portions, and I learned so much from that. So it became very natural and organic for me to share that even more. And I was sharing it when I signed up to be a coach. I was sharing it as I was doing it. So it was so exciting, and it was so fun for me to talk about, because I was personally getting results as I was going along with it. So once I had done that, I then decided to do my own challenge groups and started doing those. and I haven't stopped since. So I think I did my first challenge group either July or August of 2014, and I've done one every single month since then because I'm addicted to doing challenge groups. I love being able to, I think personally for me, I don't need that motivation. I didn't feel like I did, at least. I didn't feel like I needed it, but it does help me now when I reflect. It does help me be more consistent with doing my workouts every day. Actually, I always take a rest day, so I'm much more consistent in that. Where before I was working out anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week, and now I'm very consistent of working 5 to 6 days a week. So it helped me be more accountable. I was seeing people in my groups getting results. I was getting thank you messages from them. Like, it was literally filling my cup because I was helping people. I was feeling this feeling of giving back. And in my day job, I felt that occasionally, but not very often. It was so different. I wasn't getting that, people getting up from my dental chair and saying, thank you so much, you've changed my life. But when I was helping people through their health and fitness journey, I was getting those messages of, thank you so much, you changed my life. And that was very rewarding to me. So I became addicted to what I was doing because in my heart and soul, it felt so good to be able to help so many people with something that I loved and was so passionate about. So that was where it kind of all got started. And then I began to invite people to join and do this along with me. And when people began to do it along with me, they started to get better results because they were becoming more accountable as a coach. And they began to help other people. And not just other people, they were helping their moms, their dads, their sisters, their cousins, their best friends. They were helping people achieve and paying it forward. And that really was kind of the snowball effect of how my groups would run. I would have challengers, they would become coaches, they would begin helping other people. And so here I am now. I am a 5-star diamond coach in my first business center. I'm a 3-star diamond coach in my second business center, and I'm a diamond coach in my third business center. And my team is ranked out at number 35. We have been a team for about 3.5 years at this point. We're an elite top team in the network, and we're helping so many people at this point. And what it's done for me is over this period of time, I've been able to slowly, progressively cut my hours as a dental hygienist. So I went from working 4 days a week, and some of those nights I didn't get home until 7:30. Some mornings I went in as early as 6:30 a.m. So, those were pretty long days for me. So I was working 4 days a week, and I then went to 6 months into coaching. I went 3 days 1 week, 4 days the next week. And then 12 months into coaching, I went down to 3 days in working dental hygiene. And then I would say, I kept cutting it. And my boss was like, are you going to quit? And I'm like, no, I just want to cut, and I want to do 2 days now. And then I cut it down to 2 days. And then it came to a point where my husband and I had a conversation, and we realized that me going into the dental office every day was actually causing us to lose money, because we really knew if we focused our energy on this business and we put the effort into it and really put in the hard work, that we could really make something with this. And I want to say that you never should gauge your success on anybody else, okay? Number one reason is, how much effort did they put into this? How much passion, how much heart did they have for what they were doing? Did they really love it? Did they really put in the work that it takes to be a true entrepreneur? Because with Beachbody coaching, guys, you use Beachbody as your platform to deliver a service to people. And that service is provided by you. You are an independent Beachbody coach. You are an entrepreneur. You own your business. You decide where your business goes. So anytime I see somebody say something negative about Beachbody, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Will you please listen to my story? Because it's changed my life. It's changed my life because it's brought me home to my kids. My 2-year-old, when I first got started, was 2, and now she's 5, and I have a son. So I was pregnant in the middle of coaching. I have a son that's now 1. And I spent my pregnancy pretty much, I would say probably about 3/4 of my pregnancy was spent being a full-time coach. I had left hygiene when I was only about, I would say, 3 months pregnant. And then when my son was born, I didn't have to look for childcare because I didn't have any childcare in mind. It was always the most stressful part of when I went back to work with my daughter, was finding somebody that I could rely on to take care of her and be there for her while I was somewhere else. Okay, it sucks. It sucks as a mom, guys. Trust me. If you don't have kids, it's a sucky feeling. So when my son was born, I didn't have to do that. I was home with him. I was home with him all the time. And now I'm to the point in my business that fortunately I found somebody close to me that watches him 2 days a week for about 6 hours so I can get stuff done, because I now at the point have a big business. I have a 6+ figure business. I am managing a lot in my business that requires a little more time than definitely what I put into it in the beginning. So I do invest in having somebody that I found close to me that had began to watch him when he was about 8 months old. Okay, so just to kind of help me out a little bit. But that was my choice. It wasn't like I was screwing around after I had my maternity leave for 12 weeks, screwing around trying to find somebody to take care of my child. I didn't have that. I was able to take my time and wait until the person who does care for my child now was available. And once she was available, I was like, hey, could you help me out for a couple days a week? And so now that's how my child care goes. So it's drastically changed the life of my family. So anytime I hear somebody say something negative, I just really want people to think, you should never determine your success by somebody else. Okay? Because that's like me saying I have a friend that wasn't successful in dental hygiene, which was my profession. I had a friend and they never made it into dental hygiene school. So I don't think I'm ever going to try it because they didn't make it. They didn't make it in, so I probably won't make it in. First of all, did they work as hard as you plan on working? Do you know that? Did they make the grades that you potentially could make if you decided to go that route in your college career, right? So it's the same thing with coaching. You can't be like, oh, I had a friend, they really weren't doing that well with coaching, so I don't think I'm going to give it a try. What kind of effort did they put into it? You can never determine your success by somebody else. It's just insane. You can't do that. You definitely can't live your life like that. So why would you determine your outcome for your future based on somebody else's failures, right? You decide what you're going to do with this business. You decide how much effort you're going to put into it. So anytime that somebody has something negative to say, I'm like, you know what? That's not my story. Here's my story. I can tell you what I did in order to become successful, and I can share that with you, and I can share with you how my team can help you be successful too. But at the end of the day, it's up to you as an individual, okay? And that's with life. It's up to you as an individual in anything you go about with your life, what you do with your professional career, what you decide to do with your future outcome, anything. It's all up to you. And I think that that's the beauty of coaching, because anybody can go to their job and they can clock in and clock out and get paid, right? Well, what if you were to determine each year how much you wanted to be paid? And if you worked a little bit harder, what if you give yourself a raise maybe even every single month you give yourself a raise. At this point, every single year since I've been a coach, we've given ourselves a tremendous raise because of the work and the effort, the consistency. It's not necessarily I'm working harder, but it's more that I'm still consistent and I'm allowing that compound effect to come into play, and it's growing my business and it's continuing to grow my business because I'm doing that. So I guess the kind of the thing I want to leave on is that's the reason I didn't leave my Beachbody business, because my Beachbody business was all up to me. And I'm somebody who is driven and I work hard and I love and I'm passionate about what I'm doing. And I seen what this opportunity was going to do for my soul, but also what it was going to do for my family. And what it's done for my family is brought us a financial blessing with less stress. It's brought us travel. My husband and I travel so much now. We're actually getting ready to go on a trip that Beachbody is sending us on in about a week. And it's all due to your effort. Beachbody doesn't guarantee anything. They're not going to guarantee that you're going to have success, but it's all due to your own effort and your own skills and how much you want to put into this. But it's also brought me home with my family. It's brought me that sense of peace of being able to be home with my son, be able to take my daughter back and forth to school, to volunteer at her school. And it's just been able to make me more present with my family, which to me, the most valuable thing in life is time. And so you really have to determine where you want to spend your time and what's important to you. So those are all the reasons that I didn't quit my Beachbody business, because I love it, I'm passionate about it, and it's given back so much to me and my family.